Hello, my beautiful people. Hold on tight to your hearts because we're about to talk about something that'll make it race. Ready? Because Park Jimin, one of our beloved BTS members, has just hit the headlines again. And this time it's not just about his looks, but about a mysterious suitcase he brought home. Picture this. You're chilling at the airport, maybe sipping your favorite coffee, minding your own business, when suddenly you see Jimin walk by. Yes, Jimin, our stage prince, casually strolling through the crowd. That's exactly what happened to two lucky fans who just happened to be in the right place at the right time. They had no idea they were about to witness not just a moment with their favorite idol, but also a potential mystery that immediately sparked a frenzy on social media. Here's how it went down, friends. When Jimin left for Japan a few days ago, fans noted that he departed without carrying large luggage.
No suitcase.
No big backpack. Just himself and maybe a few small personal items that could fit in his jacket pocket. A truly minimalist, very Jimin look. But when he returned to Korea, boom, he showed up with a large suitcase in hand. And not just any suitcase. Some eagle-eyed fans immediately recognized that the suitcase was the one usually carried by Jungkook, BTS's magne. Veteran armies surely know that the members' suitcases are often easily recognized, whether by their stickers, models, or distinctive little scratches. So now the question is, why was Jimin carrying Jungkook's suitcase? Is this a secret mission? Did they swap belongings? Will Jungkook return without carrying anything? Or could there be something else they're hiding from the public? Of course, some people might say, maybe Jimin's just helping Jungkook carry his stuff. That's possible, and it's the simplest explanation. But we know the BTS fandom won't stop at simple answers. This isn't about cheap gossip, but rather the natural curiosity of fans who have followed every detail of their idols' lives for years on social media. Speculation started swirling. Some joked that maybe Jungkook was too busy shopping in Japan and couldn't carry all his stuff back himself. Others theorized that the suitcase contained gifts for the other members. More excitingly, some imagined this was part of a secret comeback plan, maybe for a sudden collaboration project or a surprise music video shoot. What's interesting is that Jimin himself gave no comment to the media upon arriving at the airport. Normally, he would at least smile or wave at fans. But this time, he seemed in a rush, head down, focused on carrying that big suitcase. Was he trying to avoid questions? Was he hiding something? We can only guess that on the other hand, Jungkook was nowhere to be seen at the airport at the same time. This raises additional questions. Where is Jungkook? Why didn't he come back with Jimin? Did they split up in Japan for different matters? Or is this some sort of strategy to keep media attention from focusing on both of them at once? Some fans even began digging into the member schedules, trying to find clues to understand where Jungkook actually went and why Jimin had to bring his suitcase home. Some say that Jungkook still has solo activities in Japan, while Jimin needed to return to Korea first. Still, why carry another member's suitcase? Usually, idols like them have special teams handling logistics and personal belongings. The mystery deepened when fan photos surfaced showing that the suitcase had indeed been seen with Jungkook a few months ago. This strengthened the suspicion that Jimin didn't suddenly buy a new suitcase in Japan, but was carrying something Jungkook already owned. So, what's in the suitcase? Jungkook's personal items? Souvenirs for the staff? Or maybe secret items for an upcoming comeback? Of course, all this is just speculation. We don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. It could all just be a simple coincidence, or maybe there's a funny story behind it that Jimin or Jungkook will eventually share on Weverse or VLive. What's clear is that fans are very curious and can't wait to hear a direct explanation from the idols themselves. So, for now, all we can do is wait. Is something being hidden? Why did Jimin come back carrying Jungkook's suitcase? Is this a sign that something big is about to happen? One thing's for sure. ARMY is always ready to analyze every little detail about their idols, and small mysteries like this are exactly what make the fandom even more solid and excited. That's it for now, my beautiful friends. Don't forget to keep an eye on updates from Jimin, Jungkook and BTS. Who knows? The answer to this suitcase mystery might be revealed soon. See you next time. Goodbye and stay spirited. In putting together this article, we've gathered information from various sources, from TikTok video clips, speculative analyses on Twitter, long YouTube comments, to various online entertainment media covering every BTS member's moves. But let's pause the surface-level euphoria for a moment. Let's ask ourselves, do we really understand what's happening? Is this event real, or is it simply a constructed narrative deliberately made to draw public attention? We all know that the Korean entertainment industry, especially concerning big groups like BTS, isn't just about music and stage performances. There's another invisible layer: image management, media strategy, and sometimes small dramas inserted to keep public attention high. So, let's reflect. Is the news about Jimin carrying Jungkook's suitcase truly an authentic event? Or is it actually part of a publicity strategy? Are we, as the audience, being played by a narrative carefully designed? Why are we so quick to fall into speculation? Do we really have enough evidence to connect all these dots into a solid conclusion? We know that the BTS fanbase, ARMY, is known to be very sharp, very meticulous, often even faster than official media in catching small details. But does that speed and precision always equate to truth? Are we not projecting our own desires into the interpretation of an event? The next question is, where do we actually get all this information? As mentioned, much of this speculation is born from social media, platforms known for their speed, but also their vulnerability to misinformation, rumors, even hoaxes. Have we verified the sources we read or watch? Does that viral TikTok video carry full context, or is it just a clip taken from a particular angle to provoke reactions? Is that Twitter thread with thousands of retweets built on facts, or just assumptions that snowballed because of the ripple effect? Why is it important for us to question all this? Because in an era where information spreads so quickly, critical thinking is our only safeguard against manipulation. We must ask, who benefits from the buzz of this news? Is there a party deliberately creating sensation to divert attention from other issues? Are the agency, the media, or even the fandom itself playing a role in shaping this narrative to maintain market enthusiasm? Let's reflect more deeply. Do we really know these idols, or do we only know their representations on screen? Do our reactions to news like this, curiosity, excitement, sometimes even anger or anxiety, show how deeply emotionally attached we are, or do they reveal how fragile the boundary is between reality and media construction? It's important to note that even major media outlets are not always free from bias. In cases like this, news about Jimin and Jungkook's suitcase is not just a simple report. It can evolve into a story, spiced up with opinion, interpretation, and imagination. Do we recognize the difference between factual reporting and opinion? Can we distinguish which parts are direct observation and which are just speculation or conjecture? Let's also consider the implications of our own reactions. When we spread this news to friends, share it on social media, or even just talk about it in group chats, have we considered the impact? Are we helping to broaden mutual understanding? Or are we unknowingly amplifying the flow of unverified information? We want to invite all readers and viewers to pause, take a breath, and think. How can we approach information like this more maturely, more reflectively, and more responsibly? Can we be audiences who not only consume but also analyze? Because ultimately, this news about Jimin, Jungkook, and the mysterious suitcase is just a small example of a much larger pattern. Out there, there's so much news, rumors, and speculation flooding us every day, from celebrity gossip to politics, from entertainment to world affairs. Have we trained ourselves to always be skeptical? Are we willing to learn to hold back before believing something outright? Are we willing to ask the hard questions, even when the answers are not immediately available? We believe that being a critical fan doesn't mean losing love or support for your idol. On the contrary, it shows maturity. It means you don't just idolize them, but also understand the context surrounding them. It means you respect yourself as an individual capable of independent thought, not just following the current. To close this discussion, we want to ask you all directly. Are you truly sure that this event is a real event, without the interference of additional narrative? Do you believe that social media is a place that can be fully trusted to get news like this? Are you ready to consider the possibility that most of the drama visible on the surface might just be shadows created to keep our attention fixed? Thank you for reading this far. Let's keep discussing, keep thinking critically, and keep loving without losing vigilance.